Good afternoon, everyone. Let us give thanks to God Almighty, for it is by His grace and blessing that we are able to gather here today in good health. On this occasion, our team will present the result of our problem-based learning (PBL) project entitled Line Follower Robot. Before we begin the presentation, allow me to first introduce the member of our team, which is me, Dorothea Dai, and then Abdul Hamid, and Jonathan Adis Pratama. After that, we will present several topics, which include the number one is robot line follower, the second is problem statement, third, final design robot, fourth, robot component, fifth, wiring diagram and schematic diagram, sixth, flow chart, seven, GUI, graphical user interface. Robot line follower. This line follower robot is an autonomous mobile robot designed to follow a white line on a black surface. It uses line sensor as its navigation system. It is equipped with two DC motors that drive the main wheels, as well as a free wheel or caster wheel for balance. A mechanical arm and gripper controlled by two servo motors are located at the front of the robot, allowing it to pick up and place objects with precision. All electronic components, including the microcontroller, motor driver, and Bluetooth communication module, are mounted on a two-layer chassis and are powered by two 1-800-6050 batteries, in addition to operating automatically. The robot can be controlled wirelessly through a graphical user interface via Bluetooth. This makes it a fully integrated robotic system that combines mechanical, electronic, and programming aspects into one functional, efficient unit. Next, problem statement. Line follower robot often struggle to navigate complex paths, such as T-junction, due to limitation in accuracy detecting and making directional decisions. This causes the robot to lose its path. Solution: to overcome this, a system that is more intelligent in detection and decision making is required. In addition, Bluetooth control is added so that the robot can be controlled manually through the graphical user interface and move automatically according to the program, and is able to pick up and place objects from one point to another. Next, final design robot will be explained by Jonathan.
Here our final design robot and follower. The new design aims to be more compact and stress efficient, stock in a small part, it's easier and easier to assemble. Thanks to the set layer structure that gives it a clean, organic look. As for the gripper, yes, there are adjustments as will explain those in next slide. The gripper was designed with a wider gripping area to handle various objects more easily. The arm is now adjustable in length and height, improving flexibility. Also lower the position of servo motor arm for better stability and performance during object handling. Next,
Next, robot component, wiring diagram, and flowchart. Robot component. The table above lists the main component used in assembly the robot. Each component was carefully selected based on functional requirements, weight, efficiency, and budget constraint. The table includes detailed information such as product names, unit price, weight, quantity, and total cost. The overall cost of all the components is used 398.250,000 rupiah with a total weight of 1,956 grams. This approach ensures that the robot is built optimally without exceeding the allocated budget. Next, this is a wiring diagram and then schematic diagram. In this section, I create an electronic circuit schematic and a wiring diagram to serve as a guide for connecting the component of the line follower robot system. I developed the schematic using FreeSync software to clearly visualize the wiring and pin relationship within the microcontroller. Example Arduino, motor driver, line sensor, servo, and power source. The purpose of this schematic is to ensure each component receives the appropriate power source and is properly connected to the microcontrollers for control pins, allowing the system to work optimally. This schematic also serves as a foundation for physical assembly, helping to prevent wiring error and ensuring that the robot's workflow runs according to the design. Next, flowchart. The flowchart shown here represents the program logic design to control the robot operation. It outlines the sequence of process the robot follow based on the given commands, starting from hardware initialization and setup. The user is given a choice between manual or automatic mode. In manual mode, the robot responds to input from the GUI and can display sensor data in real time. In automatic mode, the robot reads sensor data and navigates on its own, resuming from the last checkpoint if it's deviated from the path. The flow continues based on user interaction or until the task is complete. Next, graphical user interface will be explained by Abdul.
Okay, so first of all, our GUI has a final target. It must be usable on both Windows and Android wirelessly. So several features are available as follows. So the robot controls, we first have to canvas to simulate robot movement, monitoring data from the robot, and second, debug terminal feature to view, send, and receive data and communication problems. Third, setting feeder is available to enter the port and change the command send. Okay, next. Next is an example of a serial log displaying a communication failure with the /dev/TCY USB 0 serial port on Linux because nothing is connected to the port. There is also an example of an error on Android due to a permission error. Next. Next are the settings in the GUI, where you can change the port used. If you are using Windows or Linux and have successful serial communication, just add a Bluetooth component and look for a Bluetooth port. Then, wireless communication can succeed without changing the GUI or backend code. In Android, using PyGenius, unlike Windows, which uses the serial, only the GUI is changed with the same backend used in the Windows. Okay, next.
Okay, today, I hope you guys learned something new. And thank you for your attention. Good afternoon.